Welcome to First Things First. I'm Brooke and my pronouns are she and her.
I'm Matty Mills, my pronouns are he and him, and before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge the custodians of the land on which we record. And for me today, it's the Gadigal People, even though I have my eyes closed.
And for me, I'm also on Gadigal land.
It is so exciting because we're in studio.
I know. I rarely come to Sydney, but here we are.
I'm going to put a petition out there and I want our viewers maybe to sign it. Brooke Blurton should be moving to Sydney because what you're going to get today is a whole next level of First Things First. Whenever we're in studio, it is always fun.
It is
it's
fun.
Always a good time.
I know.
So what is it going to take for you to pack up and move to Sydney?
Maybe like a good job.
Yeah.
A job that would get me here.
Yep.
And not just for a temporary time, like a full-time something. I don't know. Manifesting.
Okay, I'm manifesting
I mean, I'm here to do the film, so I'll be here for quite a while. So, I mean, that will be a little tester.
A little tester.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure you have the best experience in Sydney so that your mind is blown of like what this city could be like for you. Because I feel like you have bad experiences that are, linked to this city from when you were younger and living as an 18-year-old in Zetland. Like...
I was 21, but I was pretty young.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I do love Sydney for work because there's so much happening. And when I come here, I'm like, okay, it's all exciting.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really feel, I don't know, like a place that I would probably call home. Like, I just know that I would be here and I'd be in the hustle. And I don't want to get lost in that. Like, I've already kind of got lost in that.
You're lost in it in a grey, like, city that doesn't have much to offer. Sorry. I know many people from Melbourne probably listen to us, but it's just not your vibe. It's not your vibe.
Okay, what is my vibe?
Your vibe is a city that is surrounded by nature so that on the weekends you can get out and be in the sun and have adventures with your friends that are like adventurous. Who cares about going to sit in a bar and drinking a cocktail or seeing like being indoors all the time? I feel like you are an outdoorsy girl and Melbourne doesn't offer you that.
I think I gave it enough time that I've needed to.
Yeah.
And I think it is time for change.
And I think if you're going to go home eventually to Perth, you need to give this city another shot.
All right. Well, what is we in? We're in October, so we've got 3 months.
All right.
4 months?
Well, the film at the end of the year is going to be a good tester, as you said. And I think that at the end of that, we can have another conversation. And we'll come...
Okay, business consultant.
We'll circle back to this. I'll find a job for you that you'll love.
Matty is now my co-host / lifestyle...
And manager.
And manager. Yeah, I need one of those. You're hilarious.
There's a lot of acting opportunity here.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
True. Well, now that I'm actually an actor, I can actually say that I am, which is kind of funny.
If you don't want
to add to the resume of fucking shit things that I'm doing.
I mean, your resume is so long. The amount of things that have come out of your mouth about your experiences of work, like on this podcast.
It's so weird.
You've got a receipt that is just like...
I mean, likewise, but it's like, you have to do the shitty jobs to enjoy the good ones.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I have too many options in a case where I love doing so much because I need variety and change.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I need consistency and stability.
Totally.
So it's like such a counterintuitive of like, like, I don't know. I never know what I want. That's the whole thing. But it's funny because Capricorns are like really quite serious. I think I've been a bit too serious. Like, I think I need to have a bit of fun.
Oh, well, this is not the city for fun, I must admit. But we will make it fun.
Why? Why is Sydney not the time for fun?
Look, I would say Sydney...
In the summer? No?
In the summer, you can make it fun. But what I will say is, like, this city had a massive change around a decade ago. And before that time, this was the city to be in. This was the city in our country that was, recognised as one of the funnest places to be. And it had a really vibrant nightlife. Now it's trying to find itself again. And I feel like they're shifting away from...
Has Sydney gone in the closet, do you reckon?
Sydney, well, I mean...
It's gone back into the closet, I reckon.
It feels a little bit like that. But what I will say is that Sydney should really amplify what it knows and what it's great at. And that is, it is a harbour city. Let's talk
I have a question.
Let's talk beaches, beach clubs, I want this city to like...
Okay, look, I want to ask a question. This is such a random question. I just thought about it in the moment. Okay, so if each state or city was a type of person and star sign, what do they do as a job?
Okay.
What would each city or state be?
Okay. That's a really good question.
So what is Sydney?
I actually think Sydney's probably close to a Gemini or an Aquarius.
Okay. Are they the
Yeah.
fun uncle, the fun aunt, the gay uncle? Are they
I think Sydney is like the cool cousin.
the cool cousin?
Yeah, so
That
like
you want to keep going and hanging out with,
yeah,
but like
they don't have
distant?
probably don't have much depth, but are pretty. You know,
Ooh,
like the
okay.
pretty cousin, but doesn't have much depth.
And what is Melbourne?
Melbourne is the quirky emo cousin, and probably the cousin that's quite alternative and wearing
Very smart.
yeah,
Definitely
it
smart.
might even be in a rock band, trying to find itself, continuously find itself. Probably does try doing a lot of different things. Maybe plays in a band on the weekend. Might do acting school, yoga. Probably a chai latte drinker. Maybe matcha actually.
I think they're a Virgo.
Oh, a Virgo. Okay, a
Yeah.
perfectionist. Okay. I actually think they could be a Capricorn. You're a triple Capricorn, but
Bit too serious.
it's quite. I mean,
Okay, what's the Northern Territory?
oh, fucking rogue. Let me tell you, what is the Northern Territory? You know star signs. What is the star sign that is just a bit Scorpio? Oh, Scorpio or a Cancer? Come on.
Cancers are emotional. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know.
I think a Scorpio, like fire.
Yeah, true.
Probably Northern Territory. Whenever I'm there, it feels like it's just everyone's having a festival every day of the year. Like it's a party. It's like
Okay.
I mean, I do got the best time of the year.
I thought it was going to be the road uncle that's always out fishing and boating, and that you just see him
that
like
probably
once
needs
a
to trim
year.
his toenails.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, Perth. Okay, I think I've got this one.
Okay.
Oh, the thing is, there's two types of Perth people.
Mm.
There's the Golden Triangle type of people where a bit like they will wear their sweaters on like the top of their shirts.
Oh, you did that today and then you lost it. What's the universe telling you? Shed it. Let it go, girl.
Yeah, I lost my jumper today, guys.
Yeah.
Perth is like, see, I would say it's similar to the Northern Territory, like thong wearing, chilled out, like relaxed dad vibes.
Okay. Footy
I'd say
shorts.
relaxed, yeah. Footy
Yeah.
shorts, relaxed dad, like ochre, don't give a fuck kind of vibe.
Mindset probably 20 years behind.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Still says some
Inclusive,
yeah.
but a little bit
non-progressive language.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
G'day, mate. How are ya?
Yeah. Probably a bit
Day
of
for it. Send it.
yeah,
That
send
kind of
it.
language.
Yeah.
Like kind of like inspired unemployed kind of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think Perth's quite good looking, and so that probably
Yeah, well
doesn't
then that could be
correlate
your
with-
hot cousin too. That's
Probably doesn't correlate
grown up
with
in the-
inspired unemployed.
Golden Triangle. Throw them under the bus.
No.
What about Hobart?
a hoe? An absolute fucking hoe.
You reckon?
Yep.
A slut for an island.
The reason I
Alright.
say that is because people always go on. Not even called Tasmania. We don't even call it Tasmania. We call it Hobart because there's not much to offer there. But you do go there if you want a really cute weekend away with
It's your rendezvous.
It is your rendezvous.
It's your rendezvous.
Yeah.
It's your side
Paddle-
piece. It's your side piece.
It is your side piece. Paddle across in the canoe, Get across the waters and you'll be
Once
there.
a year you see your side, or
Yeah.
however often everyone's
big
seeing their
mountain?
side pieces. I don't know. I don't have a side piece.
What's the mountain?
Mount Kunyanyi or Mount Wellington.
See, even that sounds sexy.
It does.
Kunyanyi.
Well, we say Punyanyi.
Punani. Mount Punani. All right. Well, what about the Gold Coast?
Fucking Queensland.
Yeah. What star sign?
Ooh,
Gold Coast.
crab, Cancer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking like maybe a Leo. Or like a
Oh,
Taurus.
actually, yeah. I changed bull. Yeah, Taurus. Taurus, Leo.
Taurus, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit stubborn.
Masculine
in their ways
energy.
there. A bit ochre.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
pretty.
Wow, we've got 3 states in Australia that are very ochre. Perth, Northern Territory, and Queensland. Is that not saying a lot about our country?
I mean, ochre is like the brand, right, for this country.
You know
it's the
what?
international brand. Put
I
a shrimp on
reckon-
the Barbie.
ACT Canberra is a sexy lady.
Oh, but boring. Like a
Exactly.
librarian that's hot. Yeah,
Capricorn.
okay.
That's me. I'm a bit of Canberra. Bit of Canberra for me.
Really?
Yep.
Girl.
Into her books. She's smart. Plays tennis.
Got a big lake.
When well moistured.
Oh, my life.
You're a
What
dog.
did we kick this segment off with? See, this
No,
is what I mean.
it's going to
Being
get
in
even more
studio,
silly.
this
I
way
hope you guys stay on the ride. 'Cause
Well,
it's going to be a
let's-
little bit more silly.
We didn't leave anyone out, did we? We've done SA. We need to do SA. What is SA?
I think SA is a bit of a grandma.
Yeah, a forgotten sibling.
Yeah.
Maybe the runt of the litter, right down the bottom there. Maybe they're a bottom. SA is a bottom.
SA is a bottom. Yeah. Wine drinking bottom.
No, look, I actually hosted the social media summit yesterday for the New South Wales government, right? And I had a dig at SA because they're hosting the second day. And the SA Premier came over and he did his opening address and he said, I'm so happy to be collaborating with New South Wales, but we must say that SA is, the best state in the country. And all I could think was like, how the fuck do you have the confidence to stand up there and represent the shittest state in the country and be like, this is the best state? It's like, it's not on the radar.
It's a sleepy town. It's a sleepy grandma. It's a sleepy grandma.
If it was in Big Brother, they'd be saying, SA's playing under the radar. Playing under the
radar.
Oh,
they're the underdogs.
Yeah.
The underdogs. Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're
I hope we haven't racked on your state. If you are from different states, we love you all. But
also, tell us what you think.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be the social video, so you let us know what you think about. This episode, we're doing a bit of like a
Ask us anything. Yeah.
And we've got some questions, and these are some of the most Googled questions. And some of them are surprising, some of them aren't. Like, who is Matty Mills's partner? That's actually quite surprising for me.
That people don't know that?
Not that they don't know who it is, but who's looking at that? Like, who is looking for my partner? Do they want him? Do they want me? I want to know.
Maybe they heard on the podcast and they were like, who is it?
Yeah, maybe. Or is it like the Colombian officials who's getting deported? No.
See ya.
See ya. No.
Maybe.
But let's go through these. Okay, let's go one at a time. It's
because you just racked on the SA government. They're like, I'm on to you, bitch.
Yeah. Bye, girl.
Okay, all right, let's go through them. So, all right, first one. What did you say? Who's Matty's partner?
No, let's do one at a time.
All right, go for go.
What is Brooke Blurton doing now?
What the fuck am I not doing? That's the question. That's the real question, guys.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Who aren't you doing?
Oop, there it is.
Oop, there it is. Nah.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it. No. Ain't nobody gonna know. But yeah. So what are you doing? Tell us.
Okay. So currently, I'm studying acting full time at Howard Fine, and that's 3 days a week. I also work as a youth worker, as a boarding coordinator at MITS, which is the Melbourne Indigenous Transition School.
Love that.
I've just finished my second book of a sequel for a teenage fiction. Mm-hmm. So I've written 2 books.
Yeah.
I am also working on a film in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll be actually acting, which is fun.
Amazing.
I work as a podcast host here at Nova.
Yeah.
I do social media, which is my job.
Yes.
I am a dog mum. I am a sister. And I fucking do everything.
Yeah, you do a lot.
I do a lot. Yeah. I wear many hats. And I also obviously host and do a bit of presenting work and a lot of speaking work about my story and everything. So quite a bit, but I love it. Yeah. I said I love variety and I love change and I love keeping my plate full.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think people are always really curious to know what I do. And I think it's because they can't set down to one role.
Yeah, which I love. I love being able to be flexible and
it's called freelance, guys, and look it up.
But also, isn't that just great as a creative to be able to choose and be able to create different things and have different things going at once? Like for me, I know that's the reason I'm not locked into any contract at a network. As soon as I'm locked into a contract at a network, I feel like everything else goes out the window. I don't want a full-time job. I want to drive the car where I want to drive it and like metaphorically and do what I want to do, with all the different things that are going on in my world. So I'm like, yeah, being locked down ain't the vibe for me.
Yeah.
The vibe.
In terms of jobs.
Yeah,
but in relationship, you
I'm
like
locked
being locked down.
Yeah. Locked and
okay, next
loaded.
question. So who is your partner?
My partner is Denny. We've been together for a year now, which is super cute, and it flew by. Do you remember when I first got with him and the conversations? Like, how has that been a year?
I know.
But it's been great. Like,
if you've listened to the pod for this long, you'd actually know how it sort of evolved, which is pretty quite cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. We were together in the beginning. We broke up. Then we got back together, and it's been a year since we got back together and really sort of figured out what we wanted. And it's going, really well. So he's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man, and I'm so happy. Sometimes I feel like I like this feeling of feeling grateful when someone's in your life. Sometimes I just look at him and I just think, oh, I'm so grateful. Yeah. And I'm sure he thinks the same. And if he doesn't, he should.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, so, okay, the next question. Is Brooke Blurton single?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay. Yeah.
How tall are you?
I am 6'1", so I'm about 185 centimeters tall. I sometimes grow. I'll be a little bit taller in the morning because by the end of the day, my muscles actually weigh down my bones and I get a little bit shorter. That's how muscly I am.
Does Matty Mills talk shit? Yes.
Have you seen Too Hot to Handle?
No, I
Because
haven't.
I've stolen
I
a
actually
line off
really
this guy
admire
called...
and love having brain cells.
Yeah, great. Because what I just said was direct from Too Hot to Handle. There's a guy on there who tried to pick up 3 different girls and he used the same pickup line about his height. It was just crazy. But
You're hilarious.
yes, I'm just over 6 foot. You know, I'm a big boy.
You are such a psycho. Okay, next.
Okay, so what is Brooke Blurton's net worth? Sugar mama, sugar mama.
Why do people want to know that? And I also, how do you figure that out? I mean, I could tell you how much I earned in the last 4 years, but why do people want to know that?
Why do people want to know that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like such a personal thing too. Also, don't tell them because of the tax department. But don't tell them. You know, like...
No, I'm like fully transparent about that. I don't really care. I mean,
Yeah.
net worth in terms of like net worth. What, you just
net
want to...
worth means assets
Well,
too.
I'm a walking dollar sign. Like, I'm literally just walking around and there's
Yeah.
like dollar signs on me. Like, is that what you want?
Yeah.
But I don't know, to be honest, guys, with
Yeah.
you. I could tell you what I've earned in the last 4 years, but would it really matter? Or like, would it define my net worth? I'm not too sure.
No.
Considering like I'm not like an A-lister,
Mm-hmm.
like, why do you need to know that?
Totally. And even, I would say that even the net worths that are searched on the internet, they're always wrong. Like
What do you think I'm worth?
a bag of twisties? No.
You're a dumb dog. In the millions?
In the
Yeah.
millions?
I'm definitely in the millions, but very low, I think.
I love that.
Very low millions. Not like fucking
I love that.
Tones and I who earned like 35 million in one. Like, it went from, it's crazy.
I love that you're a millionaire.
Thanks.
I
love that.
This is gonna be the headline. Brooke Blurton is a millionaire.
Are you still on Getaway?
I'm not. I mean,
Why?
I had requests to go on, but I was busy. And let's be really honest about Getaway. Getaway sounds like an amazing job and an opportunity that I will always be grateful for.
Yeah.
When I went into it, I did it because I wanted to make a mark in terms of representation. They'd never had a black fella on that show. I thought it was super important.
Of course.
Getaway, when you look at the TV show and you're watching it, is really, really high-end and luxury. A lot of the time, that's not the experience of a host travelling on the show, right?
Oh, I know that, baby.
You're up before sunrise.
Yeah.
You get the last shot at sunset. It's a very long days of filming. You're not getting paid what you think you would be getting paid. You also are staying in, cheap hotels. It's not luxury. So, I mean, I love the show and I actually would go back if it aligned with timing. So the last time I was in a play and they asked me to do a few things on the show and I couldn't do it. So I said no. And I've actually said no 3 times. So I feel like maybe they're a little bit like, well, fuck you. But I feel like if I reached out and I said, hey, let's go again, I feel like they might. So at the moment I'm not. And I'm okay with that. I feel like I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you in terms of travel. If
Yeah.
you guys have, listened, it's just kind of funny. Like, people really do think that it's really glamorous.
Oh, yeah.
But when you break it down.
Talking to locals every day. Like, I mean, it's nice to talk to people. I actually really enjoy the conversations. But by the
Yeah.
end of the day, you're very exhausted.
Yeah,
And
your
like,
social batteries.
yeah.
Like,
And
drained.
also, when you work on a legacy show like that, people have been on the show, the crew, for so long, and you're coming into those circles.
Yeah.
And so they've already formed extremely close relationships and have all this history. And you can feel a little bit like, you're, I don't know.
Ostracized? Or
Well,
like...
not by them, but by your own insecurities.
True. Yeah.
So I had a great time and I absolutely love the team that I've worked with, and John Walsh, who heads it up over at 9, a great man. Great man. So I would go back, but it just has to work for timing. Yeah. Okay, so who is the most famous person in your contact list?
Ooh. I don't really have that many famous people, to be fair with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I've got so many.
Like, I've got athletes and basketballers and reality TV people, but
Yeah.
I don't really... Well, yeah, I guess they're all famous, but I don't have like an A-lister.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Baz Luhrmann would be up there for you.
Baz Luhrmann's up there. I've got Austin Butler's number.
Oh, slay.
I have a lot of
That is like so cool.
Australian celebrities numbers. Like,
I mean,
so
I had
many.
G Flip,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think they would have probably already changed their number by now, like a million times. You know how like celebrities do that all the time?
Yeah.
But I don't have anyone.
I have models' numbers, like really famous models' numbers. But yeah.
I think people really think this is so funny because these questions are hilarious. I think people think that like once you go on TV, you're like this big shot. Like I don't know. Like obviously doing The Bachelorette, I just kind of see myself still like this little Carnarvon girl, like country bumpkin. Like every time I look in the mirror, like that's what I see.
You know who everyone would want whose number is in my phone? Latrell Mitchell's. So many people would want that number.
I would want that number. What?
I'm like,
what?
Yeah, that's the number that
and
I
you've
feel like.
never. No, kidding.
My brothers would want that number so badly.
Yeah, my brothers probably as well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't even. I don't like message. I'm the worst texter. My friends tell me this all the time. Like, I much rather just jump on the phone.
You know whose number I saw last Thursday night though? Charlie XCX's number.
On who?
Baz Luhrmann's phone. So I was at dinner with him.
That's
and
fucked up.
And he was emailing her and he's like, "Oh, check out this email." And she had sent him this email and at the end it had her phone number and I was like, "Oh my God." And she was like, "Thanks for being so brat to Baz." And I was like, "That's so cool. That's so cool."
That is actually such a funny
Iconic.
Conversation. That is so iconic. See, I'm going through it, right? And I'd say that I have I have AFL players who are friends, basketballers that are friends, like, you know, all kind of, I guess, social media friends, but like none of them would be like A-list celebrities.
I've had many people ask me for your number.
Yeah, you get fucked.
And I've given it to most of them actually. So I hope they text you.
Don't. I don't give my number out. That's why I don't have anyone. I literally have the funniest thing I've just seen in my phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people with the same last name. And it was a guy that I dated like years and years and years ago. And his whole family. That's his whole family in my phone.
Oh, cute.
Like I have his mum, dad, 2 sisters, and him.
I'm actually pretty sure. Oh my God, I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
See, that's it. I literally don't have anyone.
I think I have Tom Hanks'
Oh,
number.
actually, my most famous person would be a politician, and I feel like it would be Jana Stewart.
Oh no, I've got Tom Hanks' assistant's number, not his number.
That's a flex.
Yeah, that's a flex.
Well,
but
there you go, guys.
Alton Mason is like...
Who's that?
He's an A-list model. I've got his number. Todrick Hall's number. I mean, look, I've got a few people's numbers. Okay, what's the next one?
For you, okay. Well, who's the most famous person you've worked with then?
Oh yeah, Tom Hanks.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right,
totally.
next. Okay, what would be your dream gig?
My dream gig, honestly, would be, and this sounds so stupid, but to be a judge on a reality TV show like X Factor or The Voice. But I can't sing, so it'd have to be like Australia's Got Talent. That would actually be my dream job. I would love to sit on a panel and tell people what I thought about their talent. Honestly, if Kate Ritchie can do it, I'm doing it.
What is Kate Ritchie on?
She was on Australia's Got Talent.
Oh, amazing.
You know, so I feel like it's not like...
What are the other judge shows that we have?
Australia's Got Talent, X Factor.
Masked Singer's been cut.
Masked Singer. But for Masked Singer, you don't have to be a singer. But I think like I would want to be on Australia's Got Talent because then I'm not talking to a singer who I know nothing about. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to sing. Ain't nobody going to listen to me. But Australia's Got Talent. I've got talent and I could share with you what I think about you. Or I could host the show. So for me, a big shiny floor
write
show.
up your own show and there you go. Baz Luhrmann, hit him up.
Yeah.
Baz, I got a show for you.
It's definitely crossed my mind. But yeah, that would be my actually I would sit on that panel for the rest of my life. I'd sit there and do that show 6 months a year and then travel the world.
No, because
trust me.
You'd get so content and I feel like you wouldn't grow as a person.
The bank would.
Yeah, but what can you do with money? Like,
I would work 6 months a year and travel for 6 months. Take me, my kids, and my husband
wow.
around the world.
See, so you've thought about this plan.
Totally.
That sounds like hell to me.
Oh, that is, you know what? That is my dream of
I could only holiday for a
paradise.
certain period of time and then I'd get bored.
No, I'd
There's only a certain amount
I'd
of
have
books and
helpers.
cocktails that you can drink and read that I would be like, yeah, I need
Trust
to go
me.
back to work. I need to be stimulated.
I'd
Mind.
bring a nanny
guys.
on the trip. I'd bring a nanny who would be a friend who I'd
child?
pay for my child. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I've got
People
it
do
planned.
actually live this life though, which is
Oh
quite
yeah,
funny.
it's my aspiration.
Wow. I love this for you.
What's on your bucket list? Tell us a couple of items.
What is on my bucket list? To be fair, I've actually been reflecting on this a lot because I was saying, like, I actually just don't really know what I want. For years, I was so determined and I was like, this is what I want and I'm going for it. But at the same time in my life, like, I feel so content with what I have. But I also need change. I just don't know what that change is. And it's kind of uneasy and it's a bit unsettling. And I think I went through this, I guess, prior to the Bachelorette. So I was in Perth. I was getting really content in Perth. It's like every 3 years that I change and I do something like drastic or like big and it changes me for the better.
It's acting this time.
Well, yeah, and I
film.
think maybe that's my next 3 years is just to focus on making it as an actor. And I don't just want to be an Australian actor. I actually want to expand and actually be a little bit more international and a bit more global.
Opportunity, yeah.
Yeah, and I think like that is probably the change that I need and the push that I need. But at the same time, I'm also sacrificing a lot of the stuff that I've worked hard to get as well. So like I'm really passionate about my writing and like doing, more books, but I'm also really passionate about my youth work job. So I guess I'm in the process of just looking at what maybe a foundation would look like and having it like set up and I guess sort of managing it from that, but like remotely. But I think that would be really difficult and I'd probably have to stay in Australia for a little bit longer, which I didn't really have plans on. My bucket list is that I would love to move overseas. Possibly to New York.
Okay.
I just feel like it's kind of the vibe that I like. I recently watched this show called Infidelity and Zoe Kravitz is in it. And I just think like her and she's kind of the vibe or like the person that I sort of aspire, and I hadn't really had aspirations of what kind of actor I would like to be.
Yeah.
But I feel like her vibe is really cool.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say that I'm like a cool girl.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like at the top of the list that I'm like, oh, Brooke's just like really cool. Like everyone's like, oh, Brooke's really nice.
Yeah.
Like I'm nice, I'm friendly, and I'm approachable. But I just don't know. I kind of want to go live my cool girl dreams over in New York at some point. I don't know when or when, like, I don't know when I'm going to get there, but that's, I guess, at the top of the bucket list.
Great.
So, yeah, I guess.
Love it.
The bucket list as well is to buy a house, but I think that's going to have to be on hold for a little bit. I would also
You can also buy a house and just leave it here, get in the market and go and explore, come back.
Oh, actually, on my bucket list is to get my... I'm going to have to beep this out, but surgery. What? That could be the
We
video.
are not
That's kind of
beeping that out. Come on.
Yeah, you can just put a cat over my mouth.
Okay.
Like,
meow.
Meow. My labiaplasty.
Why do you need one?
I don't need one. No one needs
But
one.
what is it? Can you explain it to me? Because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I think it's actually more psychological and it's much deeper than this. And I know this is a bit of a silly episode, so it's fine. I can make it a little bit silly. But for me, because of like my sexual trauma growing up, I have always had this like deep hate towards my body. So I feel like this will make me feel more confident in myself and make me actually like her. Yeah, and I know I've been through therapy, guys, and people will be like, yeah, but you're just acceding to like society's view of what men think women's bodies should be, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I want it to be like not perfect, but perfect for me. Do you get what I mean?
So what...
Oh my God, this like went to a bit of a turn.
Oh, I'm interested, girl. Trust me, I'm there. I'm right on this. I want to know, What does that surgery entail for women? Like, it doesn't have to be talking about what you want done, but what is the surgery?
Well, a labiaplasty is just pretty much you're considering getting a part of your labia pretty much like cut off.
Is that the flaps?
It's so if your labia minora, so it's not your flaps. So your flaps are on the side, and then your labia is in the inside, and there's like 2 layers.
Yeah.
So there's your labia something, and then there's labia minora, and sometimes the outside labia can actually like stick out.
Yep.
And I just don't feel comfortable.
They call this about innie and
outies.
Yes,
Exactly.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. The first thing that pops to mind is a bread roll with the Devon.
Fucking give it ease up there because you're gonna have some haters.
Oh wait, no, have you seen
I
that
have.
meme? Innie and outie.
Like,
that's the thing
if
that
you
I'm
have an
thinking
outie,
of.
I went to Mona recently and I saw the vulva wall and I loved it. I actually loved it, and I was like, wow, look at all these women celebrating like all their different labias and vulvas, and I was like, I loved it, but I just don't love mine. I wish I did, and I haven't gone through fucking years of fucking therapy to try and overcome that frustration and that hate.
Yep.
So I'm getting surgery.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm happy for you. If that's if that's going to make you feel confident, you go for it. Because I feel the same about certain parts of my body. I've always wanted to get a nose job.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I've spoken to you about this.
And the reason I want to get a nose job is because I always found that my nose wasn't straight. And it really fucking irks me. But I've held it off, but I'm going to get it.
He's got a great nose. And
I don't. It's not straight. It's crooked.
Yeah, but looking at it now, it doesn't look crooked. But you see it every day. Exactly.
Exactly. See,
you get it.
I get it.
And I know
your nose, my nose and your labia?
Yeah.
Yeah. On par.
I was like, where are you going with that? I was like, they're not coming near one another.
No, they're not.
You dirty dog.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think that's maybe a good place to wrap it up. Well, you know what? I'm really excited for you and your surgery, and I hope you are for me, and we'll come back.
I'm having a rest in peace
vagina party,
or a resurrection. I'm not too sure. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. And
who knows?
And you all knows when I get mine done.
Exactly. On that note, thanks so much for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you love us and you want us to talk about something on the podcast, hit us up on our social media. My handle is at Brooke.Bletton and Matty's is at It's Matty Mills.
And you can find all the Nova Podcast action over at Nova Podcast Official.
Bye, guys.
Bye.